one more time for the drag school! Yeah! You are so professional. Amazing. Don't make a joke about it. See you. Yeah, incredible. Like, we couldn't ask for better warm-up of the crowd as the drag school. You did an amazing job, and I'm here to introduce stand-up comedy. Are you ready? Are you ready to lower your expectations? Yes. All right. No, but I was really impressed. Congrats, Papa Drag, Mati, are you here? Just before the show, I was here when Mati was giving them a pep talk, like a motivational talk. I was very impressed. She said something like, "My queens, are you ready? Because tonight we will lip sync for your life. So good luck and don't fuck it up. Classic. All right, but let's talk about stand-up. 5 students, 6 with Artie. It's a small class. Size doesn't matter. No, I'm honored that 6 people chose my course because the other options were so incredible. Seriously, if I was a student, I would choose any of the others, except for hiking. It's just absolutely bonkers. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. Most of you took a plane to IPC, then a train, then a bus, and then you go walk. Are you crazy? It doesn't make any sense. I hear that in the first days there was some strong winds. Is that true? Yes. But not as strong as the pace that Clara and Blaze were setting in the front. You know, right? You're trying to keep up with them, they killed you. Alright. But one of the courses that actually tickled my curiosity was a course named Do It Together. Was that Rod? Rod? I wonder how Rod came up with that name. Do It Together. He's probably thinking, you know what would piss off the do-it-yourself and make them look like individualistic, selfish pricks? If we called our course Do It Together. Inclusivity. But they did good stuff. I think one of the courses that always is a success at IPC is the slow living. Slow living was a success, as far as I hear. Some of my favorite workshops in slow living include watching the grass grow, waiting for the paint to dry, reading a book on the toilet. It's my kind of meditation, my kind of slow living. What else was there? Do it yourself. You were like shady people in a circle crocheting and knitting. Was that do it yourself? Right? You were crocheting and knitting, also known as Gossip Club. Carissa was like, tell me everything. Oh my god. Baby Carissa, so young. Already knows everything. All the behind the scenes of IPC. I know nothing. I have to go and inform myself with the baby. What are the courses out there that I haven't joked about? Who am I forgetting? Nordic. Oh my god, Nordic. Do I have any jokes about Nordic? I don't want to make fun of you, because then you make me eat licorice, and I'm not into that. Alright, but we have some comedians for you coming up. I need to consult my shopping list to see who is first. Are you ready for the Orange Mystery? A man who is statistically your cousin. A man who will win every staring contest when you realize that his eyes are a window to nowhere. A man who's always thirsty. Give it up for Thursday!
I'm thirsty for thirsty or thirsty or person or my uncle says it, Jacob. But I think I'm pretty self-aware, both knowing how I look and how I act. Like I know I look like a paintbrush who wants to be a rainbow. And I also know some of my friends don't think I have any emotions. But that's just not true. I have like 5. For example, it's just me when I'm happy. It's just me when I'm sad. It's just me when I'm surprised. It's just me when I'm scared. It's just me when I'm extremely angry. However, one fact you might not know about me is that I am a descendant of slaves. I know I don't really look the part, but it's true. Every ginger in Iceland is a descendant of slaves that the Vikings brought with them. You see, people often think that the settlers of Iceland were some brave Vikings, but they're not. They're tax evaders. So when the Norwegian king at the time decided to raise the taxes, they wanted to move away and went to this cold and awful island and cursed generations of people to have to live there. So there's just one tiny little problem about being a stupid, ugly tax evader, and that's you don't have any rights. But they had a really simple solution. Just on the way to Iceland, they just stopped in Ireland and just kidnapped all the women. So on top of being a descendant of slaves, I have to be a descendant of an Irish person. But I think if you meet my family, you kind of understand why I am the way that I am. And I personally would like to blame most of it on divorce. You see, at 12:35 on June 23rd in 2016, my parents decided they didn't love me anymore. Or each other, and got divorced. And since then, I've been trying to narrow down why it happened, and I've managed to narrow it down to 3 possibilities. Number 1, they never loved me, and it's all my fault. Number 2, it was my sister's fault. They really awful. And then maybe it has something to do with the boyfriend my mom got like 5 days later. No, I'm just joking. It was 3 days, 14 hours, 23 minutes, and 32 seconds. You know who's counting. But on top of that, her boyfriend is the same age as my grandmother and has children and grandchildren, which means my mom is not technically a grandma. You know, but that suits her fine, considering she's losing her hair as a witch. You may think I'm joking, but I'm not. She recently shaved her head and also does magic. But don't worry, it's just like simple magic, like speaking to a dead and stealing their energy and then giving it to people, I don't know. And she used to do that to me when I was a kid, which might explain why I'm so dead inside. But she's almost more of a grandma than my actual grandma. The only thing that's missing are the awful grandma Facebook posts. If your grandma doesn't post on Facebook, you should consider yourself lucky, because mine does, and it's not pretty. You see, somewhere here is a picture. This is a picture my grandma posted on Facebook with no explanation. Now, I know what this is, because she explained it to me way too many details. And she made this herself. For my grandfather. Yes. This is a jockstrap for my grandfather, as he knitted. But if you look carefully, you can see there's like 2 very carefully placed balloons. Those are for protection. When he goes horse riding, because it can be dangerous for men. Yeah. But anyway, now I hopefully know a little bit more about me, but please don't talk to me. I don't like speaking and I hate people.
We promise not to talk to you. This projector has such an intense personality. Always drawing attention. Alright, before I introduce our next comedian, my daughter begged me to tell a joke on her behalf. So here it goes. Where's the camera? Camera A, camera B. What is the most scary type of bee? The booby. Come on. She's a 7. She's turning 7. Alright. Who is next? Let me consult the list, the shopping list. our next comedian may be a Disney princess. On account that she spent half of her life sleeping. She's intense. She's low energy. She has not one, but 2 hairstyles. Give it up for our class diva, Diva!
Last year I had an intervention. If you don't know what an intervention is, it's when a group of people who love you come together to talk to you and tell you that you're doing a bad thing that is hurting you and people around you. The intervention was about sleeping too much. In high school, I was voted as the best nap taker, which I think is a little bit like voting me for least likely to succeed. But I totally disagreed because the places that I went to sleep were totally normal. They were places like my bed, like my couch, desks, car is fine, right? Plane, the grass and concrete, a tree one time, school, parties, dinner, shows, just I don't have a problem. There's no problem. So the moral of the story is, if you could compete in sleeping, I wouldn't be here. I'd be training for the next Olympic Games in France. Don't worry about it. My friends were more worried about where I was falling asleep rather than other concerning issues. They were worried about where I was falling asleep, especially where I would be going to sleep in university after high school. And they told me, Diva, you can't keep sleeping anywhere that you want. Somebody could come up upon your sleeping form, and they're strangers. You won't know people in university or after school. And I totally agree. Anyone could come up. Bad things could happen. Bad things could happen. Someone could come up to me and try and ask me if I wanted to join a sports club. If you were in workout with me, you would know why that's a bad idea. Your previous photo was a good example. So listen. In the US, the average public college tuition, without food, without housing, without books, is about $104,000 over the course of 4 years. That is equal to about 20 terms in IPC. That would be 10 full years of IPC. I'm pretty sure if you spend 10 years at IPC, Soren will put you on the teacher payroll. And so I will one day be paying an ungodly amount of money to go to university. And I think that means that I get to sleep wherever the hell I want. But imagine if I wasn't so tired all the time. I could do unimaginable things, like arriving to morning fellowship on time. Unfortunately, a lot of the time when I take naps, people end up thinking that I have died, which is only true on the inside. But really, I'm so happy to be here at IPC, especially coming from the US. Where else can I go to some place where there's so many people that speak so many different languages, and I am still the worst English speaker in the room? I have been trying to learn Danish since getting here, but it hasn't been easy. Yael, I love you. My best teacher so far has been 365. Danish people can smell if you can't speak Danish. They have a second sense. They're like bloodhounds. They're waiting for you to trip up and see if you can speak Danish. If you can't, they speak English. And so you go to a 365, you go to the cash register, everyone's speaking Danish. You step up to the cash register and you go, stop! Cash or card? Just without asking, they just know. There is more pressure at 365 than airport security. And it's just like you try and talk to a Danish person, it's like, oh, you can pronounce the in the I'm sorry, you should just stop talking before you dishonor the rest of my language. That is the conversation that I have with every 365 employee every week. So, this is a good reason to stay home and nap. If you stay home and nap, then you don't go out to buy things. If you don't buy things, you're essentially making money. And so everyone here is on a budget, yeah?
Yeah.
In some extent or form? I love when Nikolai posts in the group chat about events happening downtown. It's a really good excuse to go out and enjoy the great Danish weather. But sometimes I don't always have the energy for it. Maybe I decide that at that time I'll be taking a nap, or maybe I'll decide that I'd rather cry over my Danish textbook. But, however, when Nikolai posts in the group chat about an event downtown that originally costs money, but is now free, I am down there faster than a Dane switching to English. I am down there faster than Carolina and Johan signing up for floorboards. I am down there faster than the tea machine running out of tea exactly at the time that I need teas. And the reason being is because something that costs money but is free for you, that's also like making money. And the best feeling about it is that knowing that what's better than free is knowing that everyone else paid except you. That is the best feeling. And so I'm really excited to be here tonight. I'm so excited that I told everyone who asked that I wasn't performing and instead I was doing tech. That's kind of a little bit because Angelo says surprise is a very important part of comedy, which is why he switched the order of our going on 5 seconds before he pushed us out here. I'm just kidding. Angelo doesn't have time. He's too busy for that. He had 2 whole weeks of us in stand-up comedy, and he still couldn't make me funny. I'm so thankful to all of the members of stand-up comedy as well. I'm so thankful that every time Angelo would try to ask me a question, they would wake me up. And I'm thankful to Angelo and all the people that were willing to support me through this too. So I wouldn't be here without the stand-up comedy members. And that's why after the show, please blame them, don't blame me. So I'm thankful for everyone that came out, but what I'm most thankful for is the fact that I didn't fall asleep before the show started.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do this in front of you. It's really annoying. All right, machine 1 and 2 are ready. Just thought I'd let you know. So we wrote a lot in stand-up, and sometimes we would go on and on about random stuff. But in one class, I told them, pick a topic, choose something that you're really passionate, that you could talk on and on and on. That one thing that you won't shut up about. And Artem is like, everything. Just thank you. So anyway, we all picked the topic to write about while Thibaut took a nap. I picked kissing. It was actually Victor who suggested, talk about kissing, teach us something. You elder. And I thought, my boy, I'll teach you everything there is to know about kissing. I went around and I kissed, but I know there are some kissers in the room. Do you have any kissers around here? Do we see some hands? Any kissers? Anybody who has kissed in the recent past? No kissers? That's not true because a lot of people are sick and that's because you're spreading the viruses. I know who you are. Stop kissing. So anyway, to kiss or not to kiss? In Denmark, that's a pass. Handshake will do just fine. Keep your distance. But in Portugal, where I come from, get around, people. We're going to kiss each and every one of you. Twice on the face, bushy bearded man back of the line. We still kiss you. You just don't want to do it right away. But kissing. I'm a bit traumatized by kissing. That's why I came to Denmark. I don't consent to so much kissing in Portugal. One of the most traumatizing cases are grandma's kisses. You know what I'm talking about? Louder than a jet engine. And also a little ticklish with the grandma stash. And sometimes it also comes with a little coin in your pocket. You know what I'm talking about? Thanks, Grandma. I may be deaf, but I'm rich. Grandma's kisses. But the danger is everywhere when it comes to kisses, especially for your relationships. I don't know if you know this, but lipstick, it's the chalk line of crime scenes. Do you know what I'm talking about? You come late from work, your wife dusts your neck for prints. Bam, you're done, Tiger Woods. No more putting in the neighbor's green. She got you. Damn lipstick. You're all familiar with French kissing? How about French hugging? It's like a normal hug, but the other fills your bucket. Oh! Is that too much for you? Aminata was like, no. You know how I know when a joke crosses the line? When she's like, ooh. Every time you say one of those jokes, she's like, ooh. Don't do that. Don't tell the baguette joke. Don't do it. You went rogue, these teachers. Kissing. Also, I went around and did a little research about Danish kissing. Are you familiar with Danish kissing? You need some candles, some cozy blankets, 1 meter distance. It's a little, requires a lot of stuff. You gotta spend some money. I was reading a book that came from a research in 2014. There was this guy trying to write a book about finding the one. I can't remember the name of the book. But the research was interesting because he found out that on average, ladies will kiss 15 guys, get into 2 serious relationships, and have their heart broken twice before they find the one. Incredible statistics. 15 guys? Couldn't you kiss 14 and a frog? Give yourself a chance, come on. That's a lot of kissing. But kissing aside, who's next? We have a comedian that is lazy. A comedian that is childish. A comedian that is also a party animal. This could be half of you. I mean, give it up for the Danish golden boy, Victor!
Thank you. Before I start my skit, I want to thank my mom for being here. Thank you, Mom. You drove all the way. 50 minutes, guys. 50 minutes. I know you can't relate, but it's fine. Okay. Anyone here like sports? I can't see it, okay. But yeah, I used to like it too. But then I found out sports gambling, and now I can't afford washing my clothes. Or paying off student debt. But wait, student debt? Oh wait, I'm not American. Sorry, I forgot. But when I grew up, sports was always something that was changing. I changed my mind about sports more than a girl picking an outfit for a party. Speaking from my own experience, of course. Yeah, but football was the first sport I tried. Because that's a sport my dad loved when he was young. But the thing is, I was 4 years old when I started. So I had no idea what I was doing most of the time. The first practice, I thought that we were doing Just Dance, so I went like... And now every time I load up FIFA, I can't stop dancing. It just reminds me of practice. But naturally, in football, I lasted as long as a summer-term student. Or Angelo doing one workout class. Yeah, almost got kicked out of stand-up class for that one. But sometimes I wish I would stay committed to football though. that would have made my second mistake. Basketball. Ooh. I mean, the only reason I started playing basketball was because I just watched Space Jam. I thought that every practice was going to be adventures with aliens from another planets. Instead, I found out that you actually need to be tall to play basketball, and that I was a dwarf amongst giants. But every practice was like staring at a group of Empire State Buildings, passing Mayfield through each other. But every now and then, I would get picked out. Maybe because the coach was drunk, or because he wanted me to feel noticed, I don't know. But what he actually did was put a little kid, like me, against other kids that were 3 times taller than me. I felt like Andrew going up against 10 parties. I couldn't imagine that. Oh well. Today I've grown out a bit. And by that I mean I hit puberty and I grew taller. Yet, I still get nostalgia when I see Johan destroy shit out of Andrew with basketball. Oh yeah. But then he does it to me, and instead of getting hit by nostalgia, I get hit with a ball and PTSD. But when I think about the difference between basketball and football, I think the biggest difference, I can always tell the difference between a basketball player and a football player actually. One's a billionaire and one's a millionaire. Anyways, after my time playing basketball, I tried swimming for a while, but swimming was kind of awkward to be honest. Not because I had to have a full-grown adult tell me to hold my breath and then to put me underwater, but because I had to change in the girls' changing room. Why, you ask? Well, my dad's nickname, me and my sister gave him, was ATM, and that nickname didn't come without working late. So, my mom took me instead, and I always ask, why can't you just change in the boys' changing room? Not realizing that would be weird for my mom to go into a room full of naked small boys. But I still don't know why. Maybe she was afraid of small snakes, who knows? Yeah. After swimming, I tried video games, and I had to convince my parents that video games was an actual sport. Surprisingly, it didn't work out. I mean, not really, because being a gamer isn't really an honorary badge these days. I mean, when I tell people I play video games, the first thing they look at is my belly, and they go, "Oh, you live in your parents' basement as well?" And then, with a confident look on my face, and my belly pushed a little bit in, I go up to them and say, "Yes, I think as well." Anyways, if what I've told you has inspired you to take up team sports class, then congratulations. It's not going to be continued. But hey, there's always workout class. We got Just Dance, and that's pretty much it. But still, in those classes, I've met a lot of different cultures, and it's taught me a lot about stereotypes. For example, that Asians aren't good at English maybe sometimes, and I always thought that wasn't true. But sometimes I would still slip a little mistake out. Like when I asked Ritsu if her, Asuka, and Elise were going to have a sleepover, she replied, "Yes, I'm going to sleep with them." Oof. I'm not perfect at English either, okay? Like, I can't pronounce the word bear sometimes. The amount of times people have thought about asking for a drink is like, it's annoying. Annoyance is a good motivator apparently. But a way to handle a bad English level is sometimes be filler words. And these filler words can be sometimes in your own language. A lot of times I hear a lot of Mexicans go like, when they can't remember to go like, "Ah, como. It's 4 words, it means how. It only took me 3 years to learn that. Yeah, I'm basically fluent now. But anyways, I like the words. I feel like it can be used in many sentences, like, "Oh, I just ran a mile. Como? People laugh at my jokes. Como? I just had sex. Como?" Yeah. A lot of Japanese people also use filler words, but mainly for reactions. I remember when I told Sayaka that I lived close by, and she went, "Really?" I mean, I was really surprised because I feel like I look like the textbook definition of a Danish guy. You know, tall, blonde hair, always on time, speaks like I'm about to throw up. Yeah. After a while though, I found out that's actually pretty common reaction amongst them. I could say the most boring thing during my day, and they would still have that reaction, like, yeah, I just brushed my teeth. Really? I just put new bed linen on. No way! I also feel like it's a pretty good way to differentiate between non-native speakers and English speakers, because English speakers are kind of evolved from normal English and use more slang terms. Like, I could be listening to Ruby going down the hallway going like, yeah girl, go slay that. and then Tutu would walk by going all like, who did you slay? Did the person suffer? I don't hope so. Anyway, yeah. Another thing that always surprised me is also to see how many health things or Danish-related people there are in IPC. But it's also understandable, since there's only two ways for a Dane to actually get a date here. Either you drink until you somehow kiss with a random person, or dating apps, which charge you 100 kroner to see you've been matched with a person who's 10,000 kilometers away. I'm coming for you, Yolanda! I don't think she's not for me. Anyway, it's actually a wonder that my parents met, because they come from two completely different parts of Denmark. Zealand and Jutland. Those parts hate each other as much as I hate leftover dinners at Sundays. You know it already. But my parents are also the most Danish people I know. Why, you ask? Because you can't pronounce their names. Please try. Bjarne and Lone. Yeah, see? Just next time you try to pronounce their names, just throw up while saying it. Make it much easier. But one thing I love about my parents is their dedication to plan the perfect vacation. And they realize that something's going to go wrong, which leads to us being fucking exhausted and coming back home even more tired and lazy than we were before. One time, they're also not really good at planning actually. Like one time, they planned my vacation during my school time, and there's nothing coming back to school and having 100% abstinence already. But then I could maybe reach my sister's level. My sister, Ida, didn't always have the easiest time at school. She got made fun of a lot by classmates, and to a degree me as well, which I found was funny. She studied really hard later on in her student time, and she eventually got a master's in psychology, which I'm very proud of, while I'm here begging for money for laundry. Yeah. That's one of the main differences between me and my sister. I'm naturally blonde, she's not. I'm broke, she's also broke, but she actually has a job. As you can hear, I love my sister, but yeah, that was meant to be a joke. Alright. Even though me and my sister had our fights, we were always partners during our family gatherings. Mainly because we could understand as much Danish as the students in Danish 1. Which is a lot. Anyways, we mainly see our family in Jutland because my aunt, who is the most protectful person in the world, protects her family better than I protect my snacks from Jose Pablo. Hard task, by the way. It's gotten... Yeah. I sometimes see my uncle, but only when he needs free labor, since he can fix everything, except the relationship between my family and his wife, apparently. Luckily, my grandfather is close to us, and he's very handy to have him, because he can lock the door every time I forgot my key, which was very a lot. So it got to a point where it was so frequent, that every time I would call him, he would go like, "Oh, again, I'm gonna start charging you for this, you know?" But he's the best part of the family, because sometimes when I look at the mom side of my family, I actually think I'm adopted. It will explain a lot of things, you know, like why I suck at sports, or why I don't like curry earrings. But I don't think it's actually true, because only loving parents like mine will punish me like they do. Sometimes it's actually pretty hard to differentiate between punishments and rewards. An example could be that my parents would make me read a book, as a chore of course, but they pay me afterwards. I know it sounds silly, right? Imagine if we were paid for washing up, cleaning the school, and our units. I mean, students will finally have a reason to wake up in the morning. A lot of you might think that I feel safe telling all of this about my family, since most of them isn't here with my mom. But you don't know my mom. She's always worried about me. She calls me every Sunday and asks, "Are you alive?" I always answer, physically, yes, mentally, no. And that's the reason why my mom is in the crowd today. reducing my allowance by every joke I make about her. I leave the stage with praise and a broken and a empty bank account. Thank you.
All right. Well done. Get ready for Victor, because now he's going to do it in English. Let's go. I didn't understand anything. British accent. All right, who's next? Our next comedian has been diagnosed with being Mexican. My condolences. He has a short attention span, so if you could not throw your underwear for a moment. And give your undivided attention to Jose Pablo!
Hello, I'm busy! Where is today? I don't hear you. Yeah, because I have a lot of stories to tell you. Especially because I was hurt a lot. And I mean a lot, because when I was 4, I hurt myself so badly that sometimes my parents would ask me if I was okay. But some other times it was funny because there was this time when I was 6. I was in a place called La Marquesa because with a bunch of friends and we were racing quads, okay? And if you don't know what a quad is, it's a 4-wheel motorcycle. We were there just making fun of each other, telling jokes. And in a moment I go in a crazy way and I slam my face into the floor of dribble. Yeah, it was horrible because the next thing I knew I had a broken arm. You don't know how awful it is to have a broken arm, especially if it's your favorite arm. Especially if you're a 9-year-old that wants a little bit of attention of your parents being the youngest. That hurts a lot. Or there was this other time that I was bored. I was playing in the bed of an uncle. I hit myself so hard and I hit myself in my head in a shell. The funny part about that was anyone noticed until like 1 hour later. Yeah, that was awkward. Especially because it was not my parents, I think. I don't remember, I was too young. But the best part of that was I got candy. And that's only the best part of being injured. You get tons of candy in Mexico when you go to the doctor. And speaking of candy, do you know the Mexican candy is extremely spicy? Well, it's not true. I don't understand the people that are not from Mexico saying that it's spicy as hell. I don't understand you at all because I don't feel the spiciness in that candy. Can you please all raise your hands if you think Mexican candy is spicy? No. Thank you for the ones who say no, because you are the true friends I need. For the rest of you, you can be my friends, but I will not talk at you as often as the people who said yes. And of course, this is because I have ADHD, okay? So it's very difficult for me to socialize, okay? And for the teachers, please don't be mad if you see me not paying attention. It's because of my ADHD. I get so distracted with everything and with every single detail. And I am a perfectionist, actually. So right now, I'm trying to do my best. Especially because that actually I am trying to socialize more. But since I am a shy person, I'm or in my phone or with my headphones. So, sorry if I don't listen to you, but sometimes I am so shy to talk with people that instead of using my phone, I end up in my iPad. Or even in my room. So please don't kill me. Just try to talk a little bit more with me. Because it's really hard for me. And I came here to APC to make friends. Not to be alone. Thank you very much. I will leave it to Angelo.
Well, we have one last one. Our final comedian. If you laugh at her, you're definitely racist. If you laugh with her, still a itsy bitsy tiny racist. Get ready to be offended by the gal from Senegal, Aminata!
Andrea just gave me the look. We're fucked. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you. Thank you for coming. I mean, it was mandatory, but thank you for coming. I love the vibe I'm getting from the room. Nice claps, except from the hiking people. They look so dead. When I used to call Danke, generally people would be like, sorry. And when he came back, I was like, Danke, and your back was like, yes. I knew it was so bad, it was just that bad. So yeah, as Angelo told it, I love racist jokes. That's my favorite thing to tell, and I think my whole personality is kind of made around them. And the only thing that I really love about racist jokes is not seeing the other person you talk to being utterly confused by what they're gonna do, but it's also because they're so damn funny. I remember some years ago, I was in Germany, and someone asked me, do African people live on trees? I know it may seem a little ignorant to say, but I mean, that person saw me struggling with the stairs and went like, you know what, this girl, she could climb a whole tree. But yeah, I love racist jokes, I really do. And I believe that my ancestors suffered enough to give me the right to make a joke about every single race with no impunity. So I'm gonna take it. I'm never gonna leave it. I love racist jokes, so do my friends, so most of our discussions in the school or outside the school is made of insults to each other. That's just the type of vibe we have. We just disrespect each other respectfully. But I'm conscious that making racist jokes isn't the best way to make friends, right? Especially in a diverse community. I remember the first day I came to the school, 10 hours plus on the way. I took the bus, the train, the plane. I made a mistake by trying to go to Helsingør instead of Helsingør. But that's a story for another time, So I arrive, I meet my roommate, Ludmila. She's super cool, super nice, super sweet. I'm like, Aneta, you're gonna stick to your promise to make 0 inappropriate jokes in this school. I trust myself too much sometimes. So the first day I arrive, with my luggage, I get to my room with my roommate, we take a shower. I take a shower. Alone. Did you visualize something, Collier? So yeah, I take a shower, I rest, and after some time I decide to pay a visit to my surroundings. I went around the school, seeing people super connected to nature, walking barefoot. I was like, wow. That's something. I arrived in the common room and the first group of people come to greet me. Oh, so yeah, you're the new girl. I was like, yeah, how was the trip? Super tiring. I was 10 hours plus on the way. And at that point, one of the students told me, oh, so how did you get here? Listen, I tried, okay? I told myself no more racist joke, but this was an obvious cold one. How did you get here? And I was like, oh, I just took the family elephant. I rode it for 4 hours. When I got to the coast, I took a boat just like my ancestors. Normal day in Africa. So yeah, I love IPC. I really love the school for whatever it is and all it represents. People are super spiritual here, super connected to everything and have a deeper meaning to every little freaking thing. I remember the first day I would wake up to my roommate at 6 a.m., see her with a cup of cucumber water, staring at the window like... And just like everyone else in the normal world, I would be like, what the fuck is happening? You know, you would walk, seeing people being extra happy. You would see people doing chores on a Lady Gaga song and be like, wow, I'm connecting with the soap right now. It's like therapy to me. So yeah, I love the school, I really do. I love the vibe, the people, the food. The kitchen forced me to say that. And morning fellowships. What a bright idea. To gather 110 sleep-deprived people. Except Alize. That girl is so energetic. You will see her in the hallways at 5 a.m. and she'll go, ha! So energetic. See? Exactly. You would take 110 people, put them in a hall, and just force them to be happy. So, I remember the first discussions that I have one day going to morning fellowships with my friends. Emma, a former Satanist, who just believes in the power of edible drugs. Martin, a gay Latino, who cries about flowers in Antarctica. Andrea, an Italian that deserves to have her citizenship revoked because she thinks that pineapple indeed belongs on pasta. Pizza. I remember having, on the first day, a discussion with the three of them, plus Talon and Isaac. Hello. And I think it's a norm in the school to be queer and traumatized at some point. And if you're not special. And I was talking to them and they were like ping-ponging words that I didn't know what they mean. So you don't have childhood trauma, mommy issues, daddy issues, PTSD, ADSD. Boring. We got to the morning fellowships. And you know I'm a woman of science, so I like to study patterns. And I came up with a pattern to which every morning fellowship goes. And it helps you having a little grasp of what IBC actually is. You'll realize that we live in a cartoon, because of course we will have a song. But like Dora the Explorer, the TOD will ask you, where is the song? Where is the song? Show me the song. And the dental print. The song will be sung either by Soren, who seems to be bragging about his piano skills more than anything else. The song will be over for 5 minutes. You will hear Soren playing a symphony. You know, it will be sung by Soren Åkesson, who is awarded the man to hit the lowest note on earth, and who also seems to want us to memorize the folk song. Because you're the sun. It's so funny. And when we sing a song, you can definitely recognize the choir people, because those bitches will add unnecessary notes to everything. One day I was sitting near Solish. Yeah, you. And we're singing And she went, "Happy birthday to you." I was stunned. She thought she was Beyonce for a second. After the song and the choir people writing, it's usually the announcements. And when the announcements start, they have what they call the Julie attendance. Because you can always tell if Julie is here or not. She's never here, I was joking. Because Angel will come and be like, "Julie is not here." So people from approaching the Middle East, you have to work on your 23rd presentation of the week. Or Julie will be here and will stand up and be like, "I am willing to have a little touch base with my contact group in the lounge to make all of the contact group feel shitty." After the Julie attendance, it's usually the student council. But they looked at me like, "What the fuck?" And for the student council announcement, it's always Pali plus someone. Always Pali plus someone. Because only him can speak in mono words and make perfect sense. Bikes. Keys. Return. If not, no more bikes. We don't want that. It's so funny to make fun of people. So funny. And you know when the student council is talking, it's always weirdly the moment when the late people come and they make annoying noise on the stairs, like dum, 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 dum. And suddenly you see Susan rising. Does she have something to say? "Please come on time whenever your student member is talking. If it's us, it's okay, but if it's your student, it's disrespectful." Always. After the student council, the announcements are always closed by the talk your shit time. And it's basically the time where people will complain in the nicest way possible. And I love the talk your shit time because you have people who do not talk shit, but they just vibe like Jimena. Whatever you may say in the background. On regular days, talking your shit is usually Caroline crying about the children's kitchen because she doesn't want it to close. You know, Tia saying that we can indeed email the caretakers ourselves and that we're not kids. And on Wednesdays, it's generally about Faisal. Wow, I love it. It's like saying Voldemort. Faisal. Chill, guys, chill. I knew it would be a risky one. Faisal. But it's super interesting to see how complex and interesting we each are. And I'm glad to be here at the end of the day. To be here to witness all of this and to be here with all of you. It's all about love. Thank you so much, I
Give a hand to all the comedians that performed tonight. The enormous group of talented people. Thank you so much. And we will move this party down to the UN Hall for some songs. Woo! Let's go. Thank you.